Jasper Table. So you're going to get several boxes when you receive your Allplay table. This one says leg and base. This one, I don't see a label on it. However, I assume it's going to be the top. You'll also, if you have ordered toppers for your table, you will receive them. And those are over to the side. And I believe this over here is for our drink holders.
Yeah. And then the
you might also get playmats. I believe you get one playmat with your order. And so I will be going through this one step at a time. So we've got everything unboxed here, and before I get started, let me go ahead and say thanks to Allplay for providing us this copy of the table, but everyone knows why they provided us this table. They give it to us because they know we like to play all the games. So, as I do, let me go ahead and teach you all the rules, or rather I should say all the assembly instructions. First, what do you do when you open up a rule book? You make sure you know what all the components are, right? So, we've got 2 short armrests and 2 long armrests. We've got 4 support boards. We've got 2 what they call cleats. We've got 4 legs over here. We've got 5 table baseboards. You'll also get a packet of things like black and silver screws, 12 wooden dowels, some wood bolts, 8 metal brackets, and you will also get a hex wrench. The only thing that you need to provide to put this table together is a Phillips screwdriver. And now you have everything that you need to assemble your table. So if you don't have instructions that came with your table, never fear. All you have to do is go to the Allplay website and you can download the instructions. What we did was we went to the Allplay main Jasper page and scrolled down to find the instructions. We've got the regular Jasper. So if you have the long Jasper, you might find that things are a little bit different. So what you're going to need for the first step are your, what are these called? 4 support boards, your 8 brackets, and 16 of your silver screws, and your trusty Phillips screwdriver. As you can see here, you've got 2 holes here, and your brackets, all you're going to do is put the brackets onto the ends of these arms. Now that you've got the support boards done, for this next step, you're going to need your 2 short armrests, your 2 cleats, and 4 of the long silver screws. You'll notice that the holes here will line up with holes on this side of the wider flat side of your armrest. You're going to place the cleat right here. So as you see, we've got our cleats attached to our small armrest. For this next step, you're going to need 1 of your short armrests and your long armrest, along with 2 wooden dowels. You'll also need a glue stick that was supposed to come with our installation, and it did not. Those should be easy to pick up from anywhere. Fortunately, we have our own wood glue. So just put a little dab of wood glue onto a dowel, and you will notice there are 3 holes here on this side. You're going to need to put this into this bottom hole. And there are holes on the long armrest that correspond to this location. And as you can see, it should fit up just perfectly like so for both of the long armrests. Afterwards, don't assemble this yet. You're going to have to do something else first. And now we've got our 1 short armrest attached to our long armrest. It's not very stable yet, but This next step should fix that, where you're going to take your support boards along with 16 of the short black screws, and you'll notice that there are screw holes on the each side of your long armrest. You're going to place these like so and screw them in. All right, now we've got these assembled onto our long armrest like so. The next step, we're going to need to put our base pieces. We're going to slide them on this big track so that they go underneath these support arms. And you'll notice that there is a large opening, a large screw opening on one side, but a small one on the other. For this, we're going to need to put them so the small opening is face up here, because right now our table is upside down. These will be on the right side upside of our table. Easy peasy. Now you'll notice that this sticks out just a little bit beyond the base. That's quite all right, because you've got another little lip on the other short armrest. Your final step is to place this armrest like so. Put a little wood glue, the little glue stick on the wooden dowels, and connect it to the long armrest. One thing that was left out of our instructions before you put on the legs is you'll need to insert these bolts. I did not mention them in the setup, but there are 8 bolts to install. You'll notice that this will allow these bolts to be inserted into them. What you're going to do is you're going to insert them into the sides of the long armrest. So insert them, and then if you can, take a flathead screwdriver and adjust them until you see that it is going straight across. When it's going straight across, then those bolts will be completely open and ready for the long bolts to be placed inside them. And then you can install your legs, table legs. Now that you've got the base done, it's time to assemble the legs. Now, you'll notice that there are 2 spots to put dowels. These are going to connect up with the side here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put a little glue onto your wood dowels. Place your wood dowels into the 2 spots on the legs and place the leg like so into the base. Now you'll notice there are 2 that are identical that go on opposite sides and 2 more that are slightly different. These dowels won't allow you to place it, the leg into the wrong position because these dowels allow these holes to line up specifically into the sides of your base. Now we've had to take off the legs and adjust the bolt, the little bolt, round bolt areas a couple of different times to try to make sure that everything goes in well. All you have to do is just pull the table legs straight up and it should come out. I would highly recommend putting the dowels into only the legs. Don't put them into the table, because one of the dowel openings will reach down into where you're going to put this bolt, and if the dowel gets shoved in there, you're going to have to pry it up because it will block the area that the bolt's supposed to go in. The legs and bolts are in, so now it's time to turn the table over, and this is a 2-person job, so make sure you have someone to help you. Now we're going to need 20 of our short black screws to screw into these areas here. Now you'll notice why we left these areas up, because when we screw these in, you're going to have little screw heads poking out if you have the reverse side of this face up. You'll also notice that there are not any screw holes inside these support rod areas. there, Steph's got a really good shot of it. I looked on the underside and there aren't any there either, so just drill right into that wood. You'll also notice that the cleats are put on to the sides to give this someplace to screw into. So you've got one cleat, your 4 support rods, and your other cleat way over here. And this is the last step before putting on the playmat. One last step, and that's to install the Jasper playmat on the top of the table. Now you'll notice that there's a lip underneath that you can put the edges of your playmat to keep it flat on the play surface. You just flatten it out as you go and stuff the extra underneath the edges, and hopefully this turns out just fine. And now we've got our playmat on our table. All you'll do is shove the playmat into the little seam right here. If you end up having any bubbles in your playmat that won't seem to come out, you can try to push all of the bubbles, all the extra material into the edge. I've got a metal Apple credit card that worked really well for it. But if you had a sturdy plastic sort of credit card, that would work well also. But we still had bubbles that we could not remove. What I would recommend is to, at least for us, if we took it off of this end over here and cut an area of the playmat. Now the playmat is not stitched on the side, so you're not going to have to worry about it coming unraveled or anything. And we cut off a fairly big portion of the playmat on the end, and as you can see, we don't have anything sticking out of the side here. So you've also got, if you also ordered cup holders, they've got magnets on the side, and they will connect up to your game table just by putting it into the little groove. And to remove it, just remove it straight out. So you can place them wherever you want along this table rail. You'll also have 2 magnetic bolt covers that will cover up the bolts on your legs. So you will take it to where the flat part is here. These parts cover the bolts like so. Fairly easy to do. And so this is our completed Allplay Jasper play table. So we've opened up the box, the 2 boxes for our Jasper topper, and inside you are going to receive 2 inner pieces, which you can see by the holes in the sides here in each of these sides, and you will see 2 of them that have the nice finished edges on one of each of their sides. Those are going to be your 2 outside pieces. You'll also receive dowels and cushions and these little small little rubber stoppers. Oh, and look, our glue stick that we were missing from our Jasper box. So make sure to open up all the boxes if you want to make sure that you have your glue stick, which we didn't do. First, you're going to line these up so that the correct side is up. You'll notice on the sides that it goes down and under. This is the bottom side and this is the top side. Your bottom sides should have little holes in the corners, and so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put these little rubber bumpers on where these little holes are. And the instructions mention that if your topper does not fit properly onto your table, then just loosen one of the screws. Now that our screws are on, the next step is to place these felt pads onto the bottom side of the inner topper surfaces. At least that's what the instructions say. The instructions mentioned you're given 8 felt pads, so I assume per the instructions they go here, here, there, and there. so that whenever you turn these over, they'll go onto the table rails. We have 20 of them, so why not put on as many as you are given. The final step is to put your 12 dowels into the 4 holes on each of these toppers minus 1, because what you're going to do is you're going to put glue on one end of the dowels and then put that glue end on one of your topper inserts. What we've decided to do is we're going to put our 4 dowels on the insides, always on the inside, so that when we are disassembling it, when we're pulling this apart, we know that the inner one always has the dowels. And so we're going to put 4 here. We're going to put 4 on this end, and then 4 on this end here. So this inner Jasper topper will have 2 sets of dowels in it, 1 on either side, and this one will have the 3rd set of 4 dowels. And now we've got the 12 dowels in, 4 on each spot that's going to connect up to a topper section. And there is our topper put together. Now we tried to put the rubber stoppers inside the open area of the table, and try as we might, and even after loosening up all 4 of them, we could not get the rubber stoppers to go in. So what we did was we removed the 2 from the far end, since that's the end that we normally sit on, and just kept the 2 down at this end, so that way she and I won't push the tabletop off of the table. And it seems to be super sturdy as it is. Our completed Jasper table. So, as you see, we've already got it set up in our stream room with our fantastic BGG posters and our Calic shelves with all of our games to stream with this fantastic gaming table. We've got all of the mat put underneath the edges here. We've got and our people watching really enjoy it because we're actually on stream right now. I've got my drink in my handy dandy drink coaster that goes magnetically onto the side of the table.
Perfect.
Like so. It's perfect.
We love it so much.
That's right. So thanks, Allplay,
for a great table and a great coming up year with all of the games we get to play.
That's right.
Thanks.